I'm Beatrice, and tonight I'm going to be making cheese cannelloni. It's one of the dishes that my mother used to have ready for us when we came home from school. The two things that are most important are the homemade tomato sauce and, of course, the cheese filling. And when I was a kid, I didn't know how much effort went into it, and it turns out it's easier than I thought. So let's get started. I actually don't like a ton of garlic in my sauce, so I just smash the garlic, peel it. And sometimes I don't even peel it if I'm feeling lazy. And I just stick it in the sauce, and you get the garlic flavor, but then I take it out before I add the tomatoes, so then I don't have to fish it out. So people will measure out like olive oil and say, oh, it should be a tablespoon or two or whatever. Just put in as much as you want. It's really good. These are tomato preserves that I made over the summertime. If you don't have time to make tomato preserves or you don't know how, just go to the grocery store and buy something that's called passata, which is basically, it's just crushed tomatoes, and it usually comes in in about this size bottle, but it's a lot skinnier. So the key to doing this is actually being able to get in, and sometimes I struggle with these jars. So that was easy. Awesome. So I'm gonna use one of these and pour it in there once I fish out the garlic. Stir. I'm gonna let that cook basically on medium heat. You wanna bring it so that it's kind of doing a bit of a bubble. It'll make a mess on your stove, but it'll totally be worth it. So I've got my ricotta here. I just buy the traditional ricotta, full fat version. I find that that's what works the best. Good. I'm gonna throw in some salt. Basically, you put the same amount of spinach in there as you put in mozzarella cheese. But really, it's what you like. And if you don't like spinach, don't put it in. It's pretty easy. Break it up a bit. So I put the cheese in this particular large freezer bag, shoved it all to one side and squeezing it right to the end. I'm gonna snip this off so that this can be the way that the cheese easily gets in to the pre-made cannelloni shell. I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup here. I've got a few in here. I'm gonna gently lay them down. You wanna handle these as little as possible when you're cooking, because they'll crack because they're quite delicate. You can see I have one casualty in here already. This is what could have been a cannelloni. Whoops, it's coming up both ends. And if it still doesn't want to cooperate, just take the back end of a spoon and kind of break the air bubble that's in there. So sometimes you just have to MacGyver it. Perfect. First one filled. Nice. So all we need in here is literally just to splash in some tomato sauce. So all I did was pour a little bit in there, and I'm literally just gonna move it around the plate. We'll line these up. And it cracked again. And again. And again. It's meeting the heat of the tomato sauce. Now I'm gonna bring the tomato sauce over here and just pour some over top. Plus I'm gonna put some Parmesan cheese on top, and then we're gonna pop them in the oven. And look at that. You can hear it bubbling. There you go. Cheese cannelloni, just like my mom used to make.
That's actually really good.